just want to dedicate these 9.5 minutes to something I believe in. The group that I worked for 37 years, and now I continue to work not as a bonded labor, but as a member of the board, has believed in, which is people. You know, I hope there are not too many HR people here in this audience. It is about HR, human resources, human capital, human assets. I just want to treat people as human beings. They are not assets, they are not capital. It's a very, very, bad, I'm an MBA myself, it's a very bad notion to treat people as assets and capital. Imagine return on capital employed and so on and so forth. I don't want to talk about the company that I ran for many years, but what that company did with people is a little bit connected with what you guys are so good at, so good at. I've been learning all through these last 3 hours from interactions, from what I hear from you. So the first 2-3 things I want to share with you. When I grew up incidentally, I think I must be the oldest guy in this room. You know, we have a segment in marketing called silvers. Incidentally, I can share that separately with you. Those who have silver hair are the most potential segment. Don't get carried away by the youth and, 600 million people below the age of 30, etc., etc. They pay the least amount of money for a watch. They want advertising to change all the time, and they want the product to be changed every 3 months. I just met somebody. He said, I still have the watch that Titan made 25 years back. I love that kind of guy. He doesn't need new advertising. You can sell the same old watch to him. So, India, people used to lament at one time, we have a population problem and so on and so forth. I always believed this day I started my career till now, population is a problem, but our people are our strengths. And in this room and everywhere else in this country, what is playing out is the power of people. I start with one story, and that represents the group in a way, the Tata Group for all of you. 26/11/2008. I'll keep it just 30 seconds. All of you remember that day, very sad day. But all of us have studied about human capital, human assets, human resources. We have heard about KRAs. We have heard about JDs. But nothing in their JD or KRA would have made them stand between a Pakistani terrorist and a guest in the Taj Mahal Hotel, right? Those housekeeping boys and girls, or those people who were serving the guests, the Unilever board was there at one time on that night. They just, guest is God is what Indian hotels, Taj hotels teaches. At that moment of crisis is when it all plays out. The power of the human emotion. So on the one hand, I'm sure in the next 2 days you're going to talk about AI. For me, AI is only Air India. It's not artificial intelligence. See, that's the response I wanted. Why did you clap because of when I said Air India? We are emotionally connected, not because Tata's created Air India. I don't want to talk about that story. It's just that the national pride, you spoke about sports, generating national pride. The brand Air India, we complain about the bad seats, the entertainment system doesn't work. The flight to San Francisco was delayed by not a few months, a few hours. Yet, when Air India comes up, we say, Hamara airline. So the power of, I call it HI, I mean human intelligence we can say, but HI is also about human intuition. There is no intuition in an algorithm. Human inspiration. There's no inspiration in a machine. Human insight. There's no insight in a CNC machine. All that is provided by human beings. So the next 3 minutes I'll just spend on how a large corporation like the Tata Group, and because I'm familiar with Titan, I'll just talk about it, has for centuries been able to trigger innovation and entrepreneurship in its ecosystem. I have a colleague here from TCS. You know, how many is it? 755,000 people now in the TCS system? 755,000 people. And Tata is the largest employer in the private sector. Continues to innovate and take risks, big bets. For 40 years, Titan has built one after the other businesses, some of them successful, but all of them famous. And the secret sauce is people. It is not great intelligence, not great technology, it is not great organization structure. It is just one day when the founder of the company, who was the visionary, iconic Xerxes Desai, when he walked out after having retired, the people in that company got around a table and said, oops, what do we do? You know, we don't have the great vision of, but we have the group behind us. And that's when what is known as collective ambition building, collective dreaming started in that company. All I want to say is, whether you looked at the brand Titan, Fast Track, Raga, Tanishq, Tanera, Titan I Plus, Skin, and now a brand of bags called Earth. All of these have been generated by what the Tata Group does best. Getting people around a table, getting ideas onto the table, getting them to dream collectively, and then support that dream through what you're going to discuss, enabling AI or ML, money, the rest of the resources. So ladies and gentlemen, I just want to leave you with, I'm not against AI, let's have curiosity all the time. I asked my son yesterday, I'm going to go to this INK conference. I don't want to look like a dumb guy, despite people will excuse me saying, ye to purane zamane ka aadmi hai, isko AI ke baare mein kuch nahi pata hoga. But I just tell me at least, how do I figure out a little bit? He said, I'll teach you tomorrow. The point is, India is dreaming, energizing itself thanks to people who are aspiring for a better life. Whether you go to Banka in Bihar, or you're in Bombay, or you're in Trichy, or Tirunelveli, every part of India is aspiring. And it's the people who are aspiring who are making this new India happen. I think we should clap for the country. Thank you very much.